How do we get out all the minutia, all the waste, all the siloed way of how we do business and actually allow information to flow in a way where not only internally we can receive it, but our investors feel that there's a more transparent situation. In real estate, and we've raised many funds and did lots of deals, we've always had trouble giving the investor the reporting that they deserve. And the banking industry, who to me is 10 years ahead of us because they were more regulated and they had other issues they had to deal with, gave a transparent feeling that you never received in our business. We are a heavy transactionally based business, right? So we have to monitor our operating expenses, how's that doing, our leasing activity, then group it all together and get a picture. So, but there's reporting, and I think, we don't know where regulations are going now with a new president, but if you just look at the regulations that we all have to live by and how they were being mounted on us, there's more reporting, more transparency, and you need data to be transparent. So it was always very hard for us to aggregate data. And fortunately, the world is being pushed in that direction in many ways, and our industry, thankfully, which I feel has always been a laggard, is starting to catch up, and it's going to be very refreshing for all of us. First, you have to aggregate data to be able to see anything, right? And the minutia to me was like a lot of people doing things that wasn't at their pay grade, right? From putting reports together to assembling spreadsheets, busy work that just, you had to do, but now we won't have to do in the future. So just getting rid of that is a savior because maybe people will be happier in their jobs, right? We'll get more real-time answers, we'll see things faster. So maybe that's going to enable us to make decisions we maybe wouldn't have made. That's number one. Number two, where this is really going, is once all this data is finally going into a place that we all can see it, right? We're now going to maybe be able to be better at what we do and use all the artificial intelligence and algorithms and viable ways to see things maybe before or closer to before we would have made a decision, and it can make that decision better. So there's a lot of data flying around all of our organizations that's in silos that we've never been able to put together in one place, right? And accumulate all the different factors to be able to actually look at them in one area. Today, that's availing us, it's happening. So we're going to be able to do that. And it's just, first of all, it takes a lot of stress out of everyone, right? Because you're going to make it easier to do your job. And then once you can do that, it's just, what do we want to look for? What do we want to look at? What KPIs do we care about? And you can't go data crazy. You got to start slow and build on it. But we're going to now have the core data at our disposal because of the technology, which we've never had, ever.